We're live! Hello, everybody. Thank you for your patience, and hello! Welcome to this week's supersized episode of the Post Hoot.
Hooty Hoot!
We got some hoots happening. We have some amazing guests.
Luces.
We have both Luces here. Amazing Luz Batista, who was a storyboard artist and also a writer, and we will get to that. There's so many fun things here. Everybody knows Miss Nikki.
Hello!
We have Rebecca Rose. We have Bo Coburn, who directed, and who also needs to leave a little bit early, so we're going to let her talk a little bit more.
Oh, sure.
And
no
we
problem.
have King Pecora.
This is your show now.
There goes my handle thingy. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, and pardon the Blair Witch while I figure this out.
Hold, please. Everyone vamp. Whose earrings are cute? Whose earrings? I think that's... Whose earrings can you see? Someone's earrings are very cute.
I don't have earrings.
It's this side of the table. I think it's Sissy. I think it's Sissy.
All right.
No,
She's got cool earrings.
Yeah, she's got horseshoes.
How is this?
Sissy, they like your earrings.
How's it?
It looks good.
Good.
Yeah,
we're good. All right.
Luna, get in.
This is a low budget fair.
This is actually, we tried 100 arms, so this is our
Literally,
high-tech
it
version.
used to just be me holding.
We ordered like 7 of these things, and none of them are better.
So this week we are talking about Edge of the World, holy crap, which is gorgeous and amazing, and Labyrinth Runners, right?
Yes.
So let's start with Edge of the World, because that was 2 weeks ago, and we weren't able to talk about it last week. Bo, is that the one you directed?
Yeah,
okay.
it is, yeah.
Tell us about...
Should we do we have time for a
should we
recap?
do a
Are we
recap?
recapping? A quick little juicy recap?
Okay, let's here, Nikki.
There you go. Yeah.
We should
Cool.
recap,
Yes.
right?
So, Baby King is like trying to find his family. So,
We
reveal.
have an unboxing. Here it is.
Hi, Bob.
Wait.
It's a boy.
So precious.
boy.
It's a little baby boy.
He's such a good boy.
This was done by one of our color designers on season 3, Mari Carlson.
Look at his little face.
He's adorable.
That's gonna go
little
missing. You better hold on to that tight.
You're like,
Adorable face who's gonna get traumatized this episode.
Yeah. So,
trauma.
on that note, if everyone wasn't traumatized enough, now you can look into these tiny eyes. Yes, he is so little. So, trying to find family. So, Luz, to get out of the city for a little, decides to go find King's family after they get that letter that Hootie finally vomited up, right?
Which was amazing, by the way. Like, what a reveal.
It took a minute.
Yeah, so they they put on their little sailor suits, go into places unknown, new crazy spots on the finger, on the hand, right? That's
Different
what it is.
creature.
Different
It's a
Titan.
different Titan.
Oh, to a whole different Titan.
Yeah.
So if your minds weren't blown, mine was blown. Yes, that's the other discovery, and we meet what we think is King's family.
Right.
Right.
But it's all lies.
It's all
No
lies.
trauma
It's
in
the
the
opposite of family. They're king hunters, and we find out King's true identity.
King is a Titan. How long have you guys been sitting on the fact that King is a Titan?
Oh my
Years.
god, so long.
Years.
Oh
Right?
my god. And I feel like people predicted it really early too,
Yeah.
and we were just like, cool. Sure. We're gonna just let that lie.
Sit on that for a
We
bit.
will
That's
confirm
good
it
headcanon.
eventually.
Sure, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
And we find out that they are working for the huntsman, who is actually the collector.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That, I didn't catch that the first time. I watched it again today, and I was like, oh, but the thing.
Yeah, so spooky.
Yeah.
So-
That's their like god.
Yeah.
The collector has been around for a long time. Like, I think it was also revealed in 216, like with Bellows' past, but he's been there for a minute. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there? So I'm assuming there's going to be more revealed about the collector.
oh sure,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
And I don't. I know there were some great questions dropped, but we don't do spoilers.
We are not. No, we will answer no questions about the collector. Absolutely none. So don't ask.
Funny you should say. So, Bo, tell us a little bit about what you got to do as a director for this episode.
Yes.
Oh, well, it was kind of interesting because for this episode in particular, we were still figuring out a lot of the lore. So there was a lot of like us just working with new material as we were given it, but it was a really interesting process. Like, we got to design a lot. We basically got to design the Titan Trapper Island and
Which was amazing.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
it was
lot
really
of
cool.
the area that King is in, and yeah, it was really great. I got to work with King, and I got our own King, and our other King.
Is your nose also shaped like a heart?
But yeah, I think this was like also 216 and this episode were the episodes that we were sort of like, all right, we're getting into a lot darker territory, so we have to handle it very delicately,
It was
as
gorgeous.
delicately as possible. But yeah, I feel like I kind of had the easy job. The board artist mostly like did the hard work, and I get to be like, yes, that looks great.
Check. I like fully teared up at the end when King went and grabbed Luz's leg.
Yeah, that's like the little minute that I boarded. But yeah, I feel like when moments like that happen, it's like such a rare thing in animation because we have so much that we're trying to fit in that it's hard to get a quiet moment like that. So when you do, you just want to milk it and take it for all it's worth. So
It was so beautifully done. The
thank
whole
you.
episode was just amazing.
Yeah.
And King, tell us about what you got to do on the episode.
Looper. It's fine.
Dog friends.
All done. Thank you.
Yeah, I got to do. Well, this
Bob's like,
episode
I
went
got
through
the
a
whole
few
house.
changes. So, so sometimes like whenever you're boarding, you'll board stuff, and then down the line, it's such a collaborative process that it'll go through cleans, and then after we're done with cleans, sometimes there will be revisions. And so things that I worked on was I worked on the beginning part when they first like arrived, and then met Tarek. Yeah, we met him, and then sort of like the intro when they sort of were walking into the the town, I guess.
Yeah.
And sort of we're seeing all the different trappers. And then, gosh, it's been so long.
That's the other thing.
I know.
I'm like looking back on
I
it,
thought
I'm
this
like,
episode came out 100 times. And I was like, still? Still?
I think we left this episode like a year ago, over a
Yeah.
year ago.
Yeah.
So
So it's
it's
hard
like
to-
kind of hard to remember.
I'm trying to remember like stuff. Oh, and then the part where they kind of do the ritual with the
Yes, that's right.
King like connects with it, like his eyes glow.
Yeah.
That part too was another part.
So I have a question about that. So when he blew on the thing and the sound waves went out, is that the same power that we've seen King have?
That's his,
with
like,
the-
little
the
sonic
sonic
wing,
power?
that was a
Yeah, so Ben Home did that sequence,
Yeah,
and
okay.
he's amazing.
Yeah.
Literally makes me crack up with his boards all the time. But yeah, so it's supposed to be like King sort of taking on that power and like really going for it. It's kind of like the most powerful that we've seen it, but it is kind of rooted in the same power, I think.
Awesome.
But yeah,
Awesome.
that episode is so sad.
Thank you.
I was already depressed in the beginning of the episode with when it was a dream.
Yeah.
The very end, I was like, oh, but it would have been so perfect and nice. Like, I wanted that for him. I wanted that to be the simple answer. Like, he just has little, like,
We
I
just
know.
can't have nice things.
what's his name? King of Fathers, or what was it? Or
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
Mr. Dr. King of Dads.
King of
whatever.
Dads.
King of Dads, yeah.
So cute.
too much.
I know when the episode first started and like we see King making the dinner and Luce is like, King, this looks amazing. I was like, wait, did I miss an episode? What happened?
Truly, yeah. Even I was
Friend
like,
who said the same thing. We started watching. He's like, "Did we miss an episode?" I'm like, "No,
I'm
this
pretty
is
sure Robbie
this
said the
is
same thing. I was
next."
like, no, we're good.
Oh my gosh.
And what about little baby siblings? Are those Dana?
I think
Oh,
those
yeah.
might have been Alex. I know Alex came in to record ADR. for
Oh,
that,
really?
But they might have just pitched
One of
it
them
up
was
a bit.
Dana.
I thought one of them was.
definitely Dana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Bo, I know you have short time tonight. So, a lot of people who tune in are very interested in a career in animation. Can you talk a little bit about how you got into directing and like what your path was?
Your journey so
Sure.
far.
Well, so I actually went to school for animation. I went to Cal Arts, and it was kind of something that I didn't realize I could have a career in until like pretty late in high school. So I just
Wait,
decided
you
to
figured
go
it out
for
in high school?
That's not
So
late.
jealous.
That's not late.
Wow, that's amazing.
You know, sometimes you get those gut feelings and you just kind of have to go for it. This was one of those times. So
Brilliant.
I just went for it, and it ended up working out. And after I graduated from college, I got an internship, a training program at DreamWorks, and then kind of
cool.
got like my jobs at Tangled and Owl House from there. It's sort of like, but I met Dana on Tangled.
Very cool.
That's so cool. That's so
Yeah.
cool. And King, how about you? How did you get into?
I went to, I didn't figure out until a little bit later. I went to the Maryland Institute College of Art. I went to MICA, and it's in Baltimore, Maryland. And I basically thought I wanted to do comics, which I think happens pretty often.
Yes,
because
we've
a
heard
lot
that
of-
here before.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people kind of go into comics thinking like, oh, like, I didn't know like working in animation was really a possibility for me, because I was like, oh, that's all the way, you know, because I'm from the East Coast, so I was like, oh, that's all the way on the West Coast, that sounds like that's not possible. And then it was sort of partway through college, I just was really into cartoons. It was when a lot of, you know, maybe I'm aging myself right now, it was when a lot of like the kind of the earlier Adventure Time stuff was coming out.
Listen, if that's aging you, I'm fine.
I agree. I was like, wait, I remember when that show.
The youngest one here.
I know.
Yeah.
It was like episodes, like, you know, like I remember a big one for everybody in college was What Was Missing, you know, it's sort of like the first time we saw Marcel and Bubblegum, like that kind of stuff. It started making me really passionate about cartoons again, because I always was in high school, and I was like, man, it'd be cool to work on cartoons. Shame I can't do that.
Yeah.
And then it was cool because then partway through college, I started to look into it a little bit more, and I was like, wait, actually, you can do this. Pre-production is a thing. Like, you know, boarding's a thing. Boarding's kind of like comics for cartoons.
Yeah.
So I started to then gear my studies and my interest towards that, and I think my senior thesis was a like pitch bible for a show. I had a creative writing minor, so I did like scripts for it too.
And was that your specific major?
My major was illustration, so basically it's just like
Very cool though that you could just pivot within the program. Like I feel like that's the dream, because like you don't know stuff exists until like you go.
Right, like
But hey, I have a lot of debt, so
no, well,
our school's expensive.
Same, yes. Our school's expensive.
Cartoons paid.
don't take it lightly.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Only
I
if you're
mean,
serious.
but yeah, and then I moved down here, and I, you know, I will be honest, it did take me a hot minute. It took me a few years to break in. Actually, it took me almost like 4 or 5. And then eventually, I got my first gig doing like revisions at a smaller company. It was Crunchyroll.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I just helped do revisions on that, and then and then I ended up I tested for Owl House, and I got brought on for boards, and it was great.
Lucky us.
It was awesome. Yeah.
So do you think you'd ever want to use your writing degree and try to write some scripts as well?
Yeah. I mean, I do that kind of like for fun in my own time. I eventually would like to pitch stuff too, like my own ideas and shows.
Very cool.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still a little bit new, you know, but who knows? I mean,
No time like the now, my friend.
Yeah.
No time like the now. That's really cool. What else are we missing about Edge of the World? I feel like there's so much
We
happening.
have a lot of territory to cover. Yes.
I know.
I do feel like I just need to confirm. They are on King's dad.
They are.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. It's literally
Pulling
the
Isles
Titan is King's dad.
Yes.
dad. Yeah.
Right. Which begs the question, like, if King is a Titan, then his blood is like really valuable.
Well, the funny thing is, in Knocking on Hootie's Door, they take a blood sample
Right?
from there too, and it's just like, what did they do with that? Because that could have been like so important for like later on.
Who took a blood sample?
Tiny nose.
When they were
Tiny
trying to
Nose
figure
and
out-
Hootie, when
Yeah.
they were trying to figure out what
Whole,
demon
like,
he was. They took a blood sample. I know,
Nella
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally just in the last episode.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. See, I'm so glad you didn't know.
I didn't know.
Because when I said the line, I was like, I say the line, she had a name this whole time? And I was like, that was my exact reaction when I read it. I was like,
I'm calling her Tiny Nose. Exactly. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
oh, they're really enjoying the Titan.
A lot of people are like, wait, the Titan is his dad, the Titan is his dad. Like,
Yes.
so when he's sitting on the ship and like the wind is like blowing through his sweet little tufts, he's like, what's up, dad? Like,
oh,
just
man.
trauma. Like, let's just bring the trauma.
If the whole series had ended there, I would have been like, wow.
Yeah. right?
Leave
Like,
with that, just like.
No, because it was just so you're like, you know, like
for
so
everyone.
much mystery. Like,
I know, and I feel like this this live stream has kind of become like a group therapy session where we can
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of work through it together.
Oh yeah.
if we're angry at anyone.
So, which brings us to the most amazing Luz Batista. You had your first writing credit for.
It's good. I'll fix it.
really excited
It's
about
fixed. It was absolutely me.
My bad.
You're good. I'm very rough.
So tell us what you've done on the show up until now, and then writing your first episode.
Cool, yeah. I came onto the show as a revisionist.
Can you explain what that is? Cause
Sure,
I think
as a storyboard
revisionist.
revisionist. I didn't start off as a story artist. I came in as a storyboard revisionist. I had been kind of wearing different hats in my career before that, and finally fell into story. But I was also a story consultant from the very beginning, just because of cultural stuff, using references and just input and background, and then from there I got to sit in the writer's room once or twice, 3 times. I don't know. Like, I got nervous. I just realized I'm being perceived.
What about like high school, college? Did you go to school for this?
Oh my goodness, yeah, I did go to school for this. I've known since I was very young what I was going to do.
Really? And
Yeah,
just
I was very
animation,
fixated.
dead on?
Yeah, no, it was dead on from
Wow.
early on.
Okay, and where'd you go to school?
I went to SVA.
SVA.
I went to community college and then SVA because SVA was expensive, but I still
Yes.
ended up
What's SBA?
School of Visual Arts in Manhattan.
Yeah, you and
And
Dana both knew from
Yeah.
like a really young age, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is
this is, well, it's cartoons.
Yeah.
And there was a second there, like, for comics. Just for a split second, I fell head over heels for DC. It's a chapter of my life I'm not going to open right now. But
Well, then another episode
time.
we'll get into that.
Yeah. But I went to school, did fine arts at community college, went to SVA, got my Bachelor of Fine Arts, and went directly over to LA and started working as an animator, story artist, and character designer
how
at
does
this
that
one
work?
company. It was tough. That was hard. That was
lot.
really hard.
That's what everyone's
School
been
only
saying.
prepares you so much. You actually learn everything on the job. I think you can only do so much at school, and after that, you're kind of thrown into the real world, and it's like, well, we had 2 weeks to do this, and now you have 3 days. You're like, okay, let's buckle up.
I feel like school teaches you a lot about the techniques that you
Yes.
need, but it doesn't really teach you anything about the environment that you're going to be
No,
thrown
not
into
at
and
all.
like dealing with actual production and
I feel like that goes for
scheduling
pretty much
stuff.
any degree.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
I have a business degree. Like
Yeah.
and I
No,
means
but
nothing.
even still, I have
nice piece
a
of paper.
Nice piece of paper that you can.
I have a BFA, but like in acting, and there's nothing prepares you for the day. Like we talked about, like the business of acting, but like no one teaches you really like I don't know, the day to day, or like prepares you for that, or like even the individual business finance aspect of it. That like you're your own little solo.
I have a question. Is this rumor, or was Luz Noceda actually based on you?
Put the camera on her.
Of course it is.
Of course.
It is. Yes. So
just
Luz
cool.
Noceda
This is
is
our
actually based on this
Dominican
gorgeous creature right here.
Was that not confirmed?
I think it was, but
Confirmed.
I never go outwardly and just say it.
You
I also
should.
never know
You should
who's
get your
read
T-shirt.
what.
The real Luz
No,
Noceda.
it's like, don't look at me. I want to hide in
Just
my
like
hole.
this in the back.
Please. But yeah, I met Dana at school, and we both used to work at the animation cage, and what was it? Oh my god, I got here so fast. There was a point to this. We would talk about what real life was like, and how to prepare ourselves for what the real world was like. Cause she would talk to students from other schools, so we would try to figure out, like, okay, what are y'all learning? What are you? How is this preparing you? And realizing it's all. No one has any goddamn clue.
Yeah, we had no idea.
Jesus Christ. And then you come out here, and then it's just kind of shuffling through the dark, hoping that someone notices you, hoping you get the right job, that you even like the thing you're doing. And what I found that was mainly learning through my career is how to really just work with people and adapting. And still trying to learn and do that. And that's what happened on this job, where I was like, okay, I've only never really actually focused on story before. I guess I'll do the revisionist. I got the job, and then from there became a story artist, and then I was asked to help write an episode, and that's how I got on Labyrinth Runners into Zoom. There was a rhythm to this.
I love it.
We got here.
Can you like? Was the idea for Labyrinth Runners fleshed out? Like how did?
Oh,
That
wait, do we need to do a summary for this too?
Oh right.
Summary break. Your
I'm
turn.
really
Oh,
bad.
my
at
turn.
Your turn, yeah.
Yes.
Because I did a very shoddy summary so far.
There's so much love happening. Like people are,
Yeah, I keep trying to read them, but
I know.
It's just a bunch of hearts.
okay.
So sweet.
So
You know.
Labyrinth Runners.
Yeah. So this is an episode where we actually don't see Luz, King, or Ida, which is a 1st in the series, which was like really, really cool. Because I think the writing like showed how strong like the supporting cast was.
Truly.
I love the
Like
supporting
it doesn't like skip a beat at all, even though the main trio isn't there. But we see kind of what's going on at Hexside with all the kiddos. They get visited by Adrian Gray, who is the head of the Illusionist Coven.
Oh my
who is
God, that
amazing.
I love his little tail.
Yeah, his fangs too. Yeah, he's got a lot of style. And so he's trying to trick all the kids into getting sigils, and then Gus makes an illusion on the entire school, and then Gus also finds out that Hunter is hiding out there after the events of Hollowmind, and then basically after Gus puts the illusion on the school, Hunter has to, like, you know, through the power of friendship, calm Gus down, and then Willow and Amity kind of repair their friendship. They beat up a bunch of people because they're awesome. And then
They have their little Sailor Moon moment.
Sailor Moon. Oh yeah, was that your idea? Because I know Vessi put that in for you, but did you put that in the script?
I'm not going to say. I legitimately can't remember. This was what? This was
This is a long time ago.
November
Years
of
ago.
2020 and December of 2020.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like thinking, like, I remember sitting
the
there
dark
and I
times.
remember typing.
Yeah, our memories are very short.
Oh my goodness, no, but it was such a
Also
difficult
juggling
time.
a bunch of
I
different
have
things.
found
at once.
like my superpower
lot
is
going on.
forgetting like sessions,
Yes.
auditions, like that like 2 seconds when Lilith like kicks in the door in Edge of the World, and she's like, I came as soon as I heard it. I'm like, I recorded this.
Truly,
See, that's so weird. 'Cause
People
I
ask
remember
me to
you
like.
recording that.
I don't remember it
See,
at
that's
all.
incredible. People ask me to like sign like quotes on things, and I have to Google it to make sure it's really something I said. I was like, I don't know what that is. I've never seen that
Well,
sentence
Dana will
in my life.
literally be like, hey, do you remember this thing that happened? And I'm like,
No.
what are you talking about? And she's like, it's your episode. And I'm like, oh.
You're like, what I meant was, no, of course.
I don't know like the by titles. I know them by
No, me
numbers.
either. And
I'm
then
just like,
people
oh,
are
108, 107.
Yeah.
It's like,
the
oh no,
big
they have titles.
Oh, question for this episode.
Yeah.
Someone asked to clarify, like, you know when Gus's eyes go blue, and we've seen Willow's eyes go all green. What does that specifically indicate? Is it just that they're, like, taken over by their magic, or, like, are we allowed to know more?
It's an emotional response.
Yeah.
Like their magic is being heightened by their emotions because you can see like that they're reacting to that moment.
Yeah, like
So
when
their magic is
Willow's
taken
eyes
over.
Yeah.
glow, it's like when she's really angry.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and
Okay.
they're using their magic in a very emotional way.
So when Gus was sitting there and one of his eyes was blue, he was, like, coming down.
Coming down. He was. You see how he deals with his anxiety.
Yeah.
How in that moment of fear, all these projections come out, and he's still not grounded yet until later when you finally like kind of grounds him down and helps him breathe.
yeah.
As
gets
someone
back
who
to
was
himself.
mercilessly picked on in high school, I identified with that so bigly.
I was like, oh my god, that was
Breathing
little-
exercises.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Willow's the best of them.
I know.
What a sweetie from day one.
I do have a quick question. I was thinking about Edge of the World when they say that the Titan screamed "wah." Was that? I'm curious. Like, was that because Alex started with "wah" as king, or was like?
I think I did start as a
What
kid.
came first,
And
the Alex
it
and
just-
the...
it became something that was so deeply ingrained in King's character. Like, we would just add it in wherever we could, in boards and in the script and all that stuff, and then it just sort of like ended up taking over
so
and was
funny.
like, all right, that's just a Titan thing now.
My daughter says it now, running around the house. "Wah." I'm like, here we go. Okay, so we get to see kind of the psyche of our good friend Gus, who, like, I love that character. He's such a great character, and like, you know, the Willow Amity
And I
thing
like
was
the
really
child
sweet.
prodigy thing. I feel like that's something,
Yeah.
the unique, like, age experience that you don't really
Yes.
see a lot.
And can we talk about Principal Bump's hair?
I know.
Robbie screamed. He was like, that was his talisman!
I had a full on like, what?
That was an amazing, that was an amazing
hot.
moment.
Like, what happened?
He was kind of a baddie.
I was like,
Yeah.
whoa. Okay.
Gotta love a good adult. like wow. Yes, for the betterment. Thank you.
Someone's also asking why Basha didn't join in the fight, and I'm wondering if that was just like animation budget.
Animation budget.
Yeah.
Not everyone
She's a
can be
trainer.
on screen.
There are already a
sometimes,
lot
and
of
it's
characters
fine,
in this
you know?
episode.
Marcus, Gara, Viney.
So many people to track.
Yeah, and I feel like we've had a lot of time with Basha before, where it was time to kind of show how the other characters interplay with each other, and how she doesn't also have to dominate a moment.
No
'Cause
one needed her
she's
negative
big.
energy, yeah.
Yeah, you know, of saying, you know what, I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah. No one needed that this
Well, I
episode.
think people maybe don't understand how expensive it is to animate a face.
Yeah.
Right?
It's really
with blinking
expensive to
eyes
animate.
and moving mouth.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
But I do love Basha. She is voiced by our like recording director.
Yes.
And
Perfect
she's so
voice.
funny. She has the perfect voice for like
Which is funny because she's like the
bully.
sweet.
The
I know. It's like the
nicest.
complete opposite
It's,
personality.
I still can't believe it comes out of her.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's why it's so fun to watch her do it.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we learned that Hunter is living in the school
Trash boy.
with his trash.
With his hex mix, I saw the hex mix. I love
Yeah.
that.
And there was somebody pointed out there's a book
Oh yeah, he had a bunch of books on Grimwalkers.
About Grimwalkers. So he's doing some research.
Again, we'll answer
Looking
no
into
questions about
himself.
Grimwalkers.
Right.
You'll just
Only
have to
things
watch
we've
the show.
seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have no idea what happened to Lilith and Ida, and just Lilith and Ida.
What they're getting into
Apollonia,
right now.
right?
Yep.
Because they were surrounded by the Emperor's scouts.
Yeah, so we only hear that Willow walks by the house and she said, like, she just saw it was surrounded.
Yeah. But we do get to see Willow be a badass.
Yep.
Yes, we do.
Which is dope.
And I like that she owned it. You know, she wasn't, like, unaware that she knew she was a badass. And she was like, I liked that Gus was like, why don't you just tell her?
Yeah.
She's like, she's got to get to know the new me. Like, this
And
is
then
who I
Gus is
always
like,
was.
no, it's the real you.
Yeah, and I was like, yes, that is it. That's
Find yourself friends like that, always. Friends like that.
who really see you. Like, he really sees her.
Yeah, somehow, like, you want someone that has your back and knows who you are to also, like, give you a bump.
Yeah, like,
You're great. You know that. You know this.
yeah, he saw all the
great.
little interplay between them.
And that was something to we kept in mind when writing this episode on how Gus fits into everything and how he feels and what his world is like. And it was nice to kind of explore that with him. I really enjoyed Gus.
I feel like that was like what the people wanted. Like, I wanted to know so much more about his illusions. Like, I really needed that episode. It was such a cool power.
It's also one of my favorite tracks. Like that one in Oracle. I'm like, illusions in Oracle. That's dope. Those are the two. Those are the
Well, it's funny because there had been some, like, chatter on Twitter of like, what? Where's Gus? Where's Willow? We don't see them at all. And it was like, oh, really?
Just wait for it. Just wait.
I feel
Yeah.
like you just have to be patient as a viewer because
Yeah.
it's like we're working on episodes like we promised. It's just got to be patient because like I mean, hiatus isn't just like weekly drops. It takes a while, but
I know.
we try to cover all of our bases.
I know. And there's so many, like, really rich storylines happening like, all the time, which is, I don't know how y'all are keeping the balls all up in the air. It's bananas.
We don't know either.
No, it's constantly being
It's
reminded. Like,
miraculous.
I kept calling. Wait, you almost got.
I was like, what are you about to say?
Nope. Spoilers. La, 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 la. I have lost my train of thought completely.
Someone asked a cool question. Can Gus see the memories of other people, like when he does his illusion thing at the end of the day or something that he puts?
I don't know where that went. Yeah, can Gus see the memories of the people under his spell, or are they only personally seeing them? That's a great question.
I actually can't answer that one. I can't tell you.
Juicy question. Thank you for that.
Right.
I want to say.
Juicy question. We
I
don't
think
know.
the only time we actively see other people's memories is when they go into people's minds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we saw him trying, Gray trying to look through,
Yeah.
kind of scroll through his memories. But I don't think Gus has that ability to, like, use the mirror like that yet.
Yeah.
Does he have his own little mirror?
He just took it.
Oh,
He
that's
just
right.
stole it.
It was Finders Keepers.
like,
The
"This
guy
is
was
mine now."
dragged into a ship. He wasn't looking for his things, and he left it
This is a
behind.
better
It's a
owner
bit
for it
shady,
anyway.
but yeah,
Probably.
he's a
He'll
better.
probably use it for
He came to the
good.
wrong neighborhood.
Oh, and
mess with the kids.
who's the like Bump's right hand? Who is that lady? The purple one with the eyes.
Oh, that's just illusion coven teacher.
Okay.
Or professor.
Yeah.
No name.
Yeah, I don't know. Does she have a name?
No.
She's been in episodes before.
Yeah.
Seems cool.
She's just illusion coven professor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if you had to pick a track, if you had to pick a coven, which one would it be?
Only one or can we do multi-track?
I think you can
I'll
get
allow
track.
it.
All right.
I'll allow
As
it.
long as you get specific.
It's a really good question. Probably beekeeping because I like spiders.
Yes.
So,
Oh, can you show me your tattoo?
oh yeah, I have a little spider tattoo on my neck.
A little spider. No,
Yes.
you
I
haven't.
guess it's not little.
Can you see? Is
Takes up
the
most of
camera
your
on?
neck.
It is.
Yeah, you're good.
It is a perfectly sized
There we
spider.
go.
Is that better?
Nice.
No, it's not.
Looks good.
It is a
Perfect.
tattoo.
I
It's a
own
tattoo.
tarantulas and stuff.
If it
I
is
own
real, it
spiders,
must
so
King, I
Yeah.
love you. I'm never coming to your house.
Wait, you have spiders?
I do. I have tarantulas.
Oh my gosh, I gotta talk to you. My sister-in-law,
Oh, yeah?
she's got them like on her
They're
face.
great pets. They're very cute. I like them.
That's what she says too.
So yeah. So beekeeping. So I can
Yes.
command spiders. I think.
Well, now you're making me rethink mine. I think everything but beekeeping now. Maybe.
What about you, Bo?
It would probably be a mix between
plant coven and also like healing coven. Yeah, I come from like a family of doctors. So.
Okay.
Is that why your incidentals in the healing track?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's
we
right.
got to pick our own incidentals track, so that's what I picked.
That's amazing.
Cool.
So most of the members of the crew have a character that is kind of loosely based on them in the show.
Yeah, especially like the people who worked on season 1, just because that's when we were in the very beginning of making all these incidental characters. But
right.
you'll see more crew
Yes.
incidentals
Yes.
in the future.
I
Okay,
love that.
your turn.
Ooh, probably beekeeping too, because I think animals and creatures are cool. I don't know, I think Abomination would be cool, especially since we've seen like Darius and Amity do some really cool stuff with it recently. And then also maybe like Oracle.
Ooh, Oracle's.
Oracle's fun.
Oracle would be cool.
I don't know, it's like ghosts and stuff like that. I'm just like, that seems cool.
That seems fun. Seems like a good party trick.
Yeah.
All right, what about you?
I was thinking like, I don't know, be real loose, like all of them, because I was like, beekeeping sounds cool, but then like obviously like plants, really cool.
You could be a wild witch.
You could be Wild Witch.
Yeah,
Basically
probably
a
Wild
wild
Witch.
witch.
Probably a Wild
Yeah.
Witch. I think
Yeah.
I wouldn't have the discipline to choose. So.
We'd probably be wild together. We'd live in a cabin in the woods. Don't worry about it. Come find me. I dare you. All right. What about you?
Ooh, I'm definitely gonna be illusions and Oracle. Those are the two for me.
Awesome.
And I would totally go to school first and then break away.
Afterwards, meet us in the woods.
Meet us in the woods.
Yeah, after I have that breakdown, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I'd be like, free witch.
We got you. We'll be waiting.
Not like that.
That's fabulous. Oh my god, I had a question and it's gone. Oh, somebody's asking if there is an idea of how long it takes for a Titan to grow, or if that is.
Are we allowed to say that?
We are not allowed to speak.
I think we
Not
can
allowed
answer
to
that.
speak
No
it.
comment.
No, we can answer.
Wow.
I know there's some good questions. All right, let's see. How did you react when you found out King's siblings were murdered?
Oh.
Oh, that's rough, buddy.
That was
Brutal.
yeah. That was something that I think we had to fight to keep because
Oh, yeah?
they thought it was like too dark.
I just saw the new Doctor
Understandable.
Strange today. I don't want to hear anything from Disney.
Are you disappointed?
No, it's just. I was like, and they came for us.
Oh, okay.
I know what's the level that we're like.
I was like, if I was like, we can't. No one better say anything. Like, if that was like, it's good. Go see Doctor Strange.
okay.
I'm gonna plug it.
I remember reading a comment somewhere of just like, oh, they're all kind of like small skulls. Does that mean that they were like babies? Yes, it does.
Why didn't I think of that?
It's okay.
That's worse. I hate this show.
It's so dark.
Sorry, I feel like the implications of a lot of these episodes are kind of dark. but
So
that's
dark. The audacity. Someone says the audacity, Disney. Like, I agree. Woof. I need to know less about that. I'm gonna wipe that. Scrub that from my memory.
Is there a reason that the Collector is called the Huntsman by the Titan Hunters, or is that just what their lore is?
Yeah, I think that's mostly having to do with their lore and how the Collector presented, themselves to them. But a lot of it has to do with Bill and Bill.
Freaking Bill. I am so.
Lies.
I love Bill. Is that short for something?
Voiced
No,
by
it's just Bill.
Chris Houghton, who's the co-creator of Big City Greens.
Yeah,
Yes,
And voice of
that's
Tony
right.
Green.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Really
right.
great.
That was awesome.
Yeah, his voice makes me laugh every time.
I know.
So good.
I got to sit in on some ADR stuff, and it was a lot of fun.
So good. I love voiceover. I
Yeah,
just do.
it's a lot of
Like,
fun.
listen, I know I'm such a simp for it, but I love it. The little I'm so sorry, the name is escaping me. There's Darius, and then there's
Eberwolf.
Eberwolf. Thank you.
Little furry one, right?
Can we talk about Eberwolf for a minute?
Yeah.
Are they full grown? Are they?
They're the head of the beast
I
coven,
don't
aren't
want
they?
to know. I want them to think of a precious.
Just a little cute little squirrel demon.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's,
Ageless.
are they?
Yoda.
Are they? He? They? Them?
Do we know Ember's pronouns?
I
I would have to.
No one here knows.
I would have to check
Have they
in.
used them in the show?
That's what I mean. I don't think
Fans, look at the comments.
I know. I don't know. I can't.
I think
keep
we've
up.
always just addressed them
just
as
Eber.
Eberwolf.
Yeah.
Or Eber, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind.
And
Nope, no one knows.
Darius isn't bald. Darius has abomination hair. Or maybe Darius is bald and covers it up with abomination hair. I don't know.
Like Hades.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, is my hair?
I'm trying to get through some of the questions. There were also some on Twitter.
I left my phone inside. I took a lot of
I feel a
screenshots.
lot of them were spoilery.
Yeah.
There are a bunch that were spoilers.
I can't answer spoilers.
When the Emperor's Coven surrounded the house, I wet myself. Oh.
That's not a question.
All right. Somebody asked, what was your reaction when the Emperor's Coven surrounded the house?
I
was
boarded
like-
it, so I didn't have a reaction to
You're
it.
like, I'm doing this.
I just drew it, and then I was like, "That's cool."
Another question: does King have a mother? Will that be talked about, or is that super spoiler? No. Okay. I'm just gonna stop.
Pass.
Asking
Pass.
questions.
Yeah, anything that has to do with King's history will be
King the
disclosed.
Collector.
Or it won't, and you'll never know.
You'll never know.
Sweet baby.
Sweet.
Angel.
You're super baby.
Any thoughts on the Amphibia finale tomorrow? Have you guys?
Oh, I'm so excited.
I mean, there's a lot of people that
good.
there's like a
Sad.
lot of like cross motionation.
Yeah.
Right?
Eden is on that too, yeah.
Yeah. Andy Flexner, who was on Andy Flexner.
Yeah.
I'm mostly just excited for the crew because they work so
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
We worked so hard on that whole show, and most of it was during quarantine, and they just still rocked.
I mean,
So
they
loved
put
it.
so much love into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting to a finale like that. I mean, even for the show, like, I hate that it's a shortened season 3, but the amount of love and work and care that has gone into every single detail is just like astounding to me, truly.
I mean, we've mentioned it a few times, but I do think it is like hard for people to understand quite how long this stuff takes. Like, I was on from the very first episode until the very last episode of season 3.
So it was the year you started working.
Yeah, but it was the year I started working was 2017.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a really long time. It was
Wait, you started season 3 in 2017?
No.
No, just saying, like, art of the show.
Oh my god, no!
I was like,
Imagine.
what?
I would have died.
Oh my god.
No,
Okay, so
but, yeah, like 3
Plucking your
seasons.
eyeballs out.
And season 3 is truncated, so not even a full 3 seasons.
Yeah.
It took over 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really long time. So
We talked about, like, my first audition was 2018. And then I got a call back like the next year.
Yeah.
I am trying to keep up on all the questions. There's a lot, and I'm getting bit by a mosquito. That can
Oh, we might have to wrap it up then, if you want.
blah, 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 blah. We cannot reveal the palisman names. Do you have a favorite scene of each episode?
Oh yeah, like you've all worked on other things too. We don't have to just stick to these two while we have you here. Like if anyone has any juicy, just hot takes or insider secrets that anyone want to know.
Favorite things that we personally worked on, or just in general?
Either, yeah, either.
Or both.
One of each.
Either, but yeah.
Give me a personal main one.
And Bo, if you have to run, do not feel.
Oh, I'm actually okay.
You okay?
All right, let me see. So I guess favorite thing that I personally boarded would probably be, man, that's so tough.
There was a lot of good
that you
ones.
can remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you could give like top three, your
aired
favorite.
already.
Yeah.
Aired already.
Yeah.
Right.
Favorites. If
But
you like.
I would say it's maybe tied. I think maybe because it's some of the first stuff I worked on, I'm still really attached to doing the Baby King stuff, just because
It's also the cutest.
I'm really attached to it, just because it's one of my first episodes on the show, and it just I don't know. I thought it
Did
came
you
out really
board
cute.
his like island?
The flashback whenever Ida found him.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
All the King stuff, I swear, is like my favorite show. It feels like a separate show. Like when it happens, I'm like, oh, now we get to see more of this. Like,
No.
And then I also I really look fondly back on the Rain Ida fight too. You gave me so much guidance. You were so helpful. I don't really do action very often, so.
But
It was,
like I knew that you could do it, and it turned out really, really well.
what makes it different? Like from like what makes action harder or different, or like you're saying it was
It's
outside
just
of your normal?
Kind of a different like shot vocabulary. It's just a kind of a different like skill set, like in your tool belt, I guess. Like it's just sort of like different types of shots, and it just was something that I hadn't done as often. I usually was doing more either like sometimes comedic stuff, or my favorite thing to do, which I know you like this too, is like crying, like emotion.
Oh, we were saying this last time. I agree.
kind of
if you
those
rip
big
someone's
moments.
heart out, I am there.
So yeah, but I've always wanted to learn more about action. So that was
Well, you
another
nailed
thing
it.
that's special.
Yeah,
to me.
you
Also,
really did.
I really like Rainy to like.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're easy to ship.
Yeah.
That's my other favorite spin-off.
And then in general, my favorite moment so far, it's actually my second favorite moment in the show was the Hollow Mind stuff.
so
just
Yeah,
the
so
Hunter.
cool.
Yeah, so
same.
cool.
So
Yeah.
good.
My favorite moment overall, though, is in season 3, and I cannot talk about it. I cannot, but yeah.
We'll have you back for season 3.
Way to hype them up.
Like
Just
a year.
imagine.
Yeah, in a year we'll continue this conversation.
Just imagine me adding in a beep. All right, and that's what happened.
I would have put a little emoji over your mouth.
How about you, Bo?
Well, yeah, I do tend to board a lot of the emotional stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe one of the favorite scenes that I boarded is actually the scene between Luz and Amity under the Grom tree in 214. So when they were talking about Luz's dad, and
That was
I know
really
that was like a really personal thing that we wanted to add in. So I just was trying to do it justice.
You did.
did
A
really
lot
well.
of people reached out to me. It
Yeah.
meant a lot to a lot of people.
Oh, good. And yeah, there's so many like great moments on the show, but I think maybe one of my favorites is actually like maybe it's just because Ben makes me laugh so much, but it's like Ben's boards for the 214 fight montage, because he I gave him no guidance and he just did that himself, and it just ended up being really funny with like good transitions, and we got to see like different fighting styles. And
So remind me which one is 214. I'm sorry, my brain.
Reaching out.
Yeah, I don't know
by, like,
It's
by
so
numbers.
sorry, yeah. I don't know episode titles because
Who was the fight between?
Everything's in production codes.
Yeah, sorry. So, but reaching out. So, like the montage of Luz and Amity fighting in the brawl back and forth with other opponents.
yeah.
That was
awesome.
like one of my favorite moments, just because I gave him no guidance, and I was like, "Do your thing," and he did what he does best. And
That is amazing.
Yeah.
What about you, Rebecca Rose?
Oh, I mean, I'm not a board artist, so.
Well, no,
okay.
Work
Work on
on the
anything.
show. Work on the show, and you're a fan of the show.
Everyone here gets to have opinions on it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like in the same boat of like, I can't talk about anything from season 3.
Yeah, I think our answers would be very different if we could
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah.
season.
It's also season 3 is really fresh in all of our minds, so that's another thing. It's always going to take precedent.
I don't know. I think one of my favorite, like very, very early on, was from the second episode in season 1, where Luz, Ida, and King are on the staff overlooking the Titan, and Ida's like, if you waited for a prophecy, you die waiting, so you like have to choose it yourself. That's always been one of the standout moments for me.
I love that so much.
I feel like that's like a core theme of our show.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
we
Yeah.
just
100%.
hold that very dear.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's so good.
very early on, that was like one of the standout moments. Where like Luz and Amity like first kind of like make a connection in the hallway in convention, where like Luz shows her the light glyph is another one of my favorite moments.
I wanted that
You
too.
were
AKA, we're all just big fans of them.
Didn't you do the kiss on the cheek too from
Yes, I
through
did.
the Living
Yeah.
Room? There you go.
I remember that day.
I'm gonna change my answer. That is one of my favorite things that I've boarded. Again,
Yeah.
short memory, but that was like such a huge moment for us because we were able to show that.
Show that.
Yeah.
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 But yeah.
Wait, can I ask, was Boniato your idea? Because that was hysterical.
It wasn't. It legitimately wasn't. I was like,
I was reading, I was like,
no.
sweet potato.
I literally was like, but okay, so I actually didn't know what it was. Oh, you did? I was like, I've never asked for sweet potatoes in Spanish before, so it's never had to come up. And I'm like, okay. I look it up and I'm like, oh, sweet potato. That's
I suppose that is
cute.
what that is, yeah.
Okay, all right.
I agree. I was like, what? I was like, why is this word here? And I was like, sweet potato.
No, but thank you for assuming that was.
I was wondering.
I really wish I could take credit for that.
Gave me a good laugh.
No.
That's all.
The stuff I really want. It's season 3. I can't say
Season
this.
3, no spoilers. No spoilers.
Oh, it's so
Okay, back to you. Were you done? Do you have more moments?
I'm trying to think about season 2. I mean, Hollow Mind is obviously awesome.
so
Just
good.
that whole episode. I mean, yeah, like the Luz and Amity at the Grom tree, I think is just like, it's nice to come full circle, kind of like on that relationship and just like what the Grom tree like meant when it was first created to that point. Oh man. I don't know, there's some stuff coming up in season 2 that I'm really excited about. Like,
This is a spoiler-free zone, Rebecca.
I'm just trying to get them hyped.
Do we?
so
I
much
think they're
hype.
hyped enough.
Yeah, I know. All right, what about you, Miss Nikki?
I have so many favorite moments. Like, I forget. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh, yeah, I loved that. That was great. Hi, Roberta.
Nikki's dog is very jealous.
Dog is making hard eye contact.
We've been talking with
I don't know. I was listening to all of you, and I was like, yeah, I like that, too. I really liked, what is it, Ida's Requiem, that whole, is that the name of the episode?
Yes.
I really, really, really liked, like, all the flashbacks and all, like, the softy Ida moments, like, and when, like, when King, at the race, like, they'd tell Ida, like, he's gonna become a clawthorn.
Yeah.
Those meant a lot to me. I was like, I really like all of V's stuff, too. I thought that episode was so interesting, like, V out in the world and all of her trauma, but she's making friends.
Yeah,
And
that was actually like the first episode that we were doing in quarantine. So we got sent home and then was immediately launched on 210, which is... I don't know the title name.
Which
I'm
is
sorry.
the one with V.
V.
Yeah, the one with
Yes.
Camilla.
Yesterday's Live? Is that what it's called? Yesterday's Live?
I loved, like, the like, not literal, but, like, the reflection idea that, like, Luz was like, oh, no, the real world's the worst, or, like, the human world's the worst, and V was so happy. And, like, you know, and I liked that. Camila was like, your life was so bad here.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, really? It made, like, it just exposed so many flaws. So, I don't know. I liked that was...
Did you boarded?
I think we can all say.
Why don't you just list the things you did?
Show supremacy.
I was, like, thinking about the episode.
All hail Bo.
Bo boarded.
We are not worthy.
That scene between Camila and Luz at the end, okay.
Hashtag Bo.
Obviously, that's secretly, like, selfishly my favorite moment because it is so sad, but...
Yeah, that was so good.
Yeah.
That was so good.
But I mean,
Now you're
She didn't hear me.
I mean, you did a fantastic performance.
Yeah.
You can be braggadocious and be like, and I voiced that.
Nailed it.
Nail it.
No, I was excited for that episode. I that's one of my favorite episodes I've done. I just remember reading it and being like, good. Like, oh my god, like so many things. Like,
So good.
yeah.
That was like kind of the first episode that we even got to really check in, like, in a real way on the human realm. And
Yeah.
And her mom, because it's like she's got the phone, which I don't know how the phone works in the boiling house.
Oh no, we found out. Remember, what is it when she sticks it near the window or it works or something? Yeah, that's how she gets service. Just
But
that one
like,
spot.
like as a mom myself, like if my kid just like went missing, I'd be like,
but she doesn't know. Remember, she's
Right.
know.
And then you
I
find
know.
out that a stranger's been impersonating her daughter for...
Well, no, your daughter left. I remember when she reveals, like, she left on purpose.
I feel
Shut
like
on
Camilla
purpose.
gets, like,
Or
a
she
bad
stayed gone
rap,
on
but
purpose.
she's
Okay.
really
My mom.
Oh, God.
She is.
100%.
I love her so much.
She's great.
You know, it is one of those things of like, yeah, we're mostly we are following Ida and a few adults, but we really are in the perspective of these young adolescents.
Yes.
So then kind of getting the outside view of like, oh, how would an adult in our realm actually react to this? And, you know, it was difficult.
I like
brings
the
me back to Edge
consequences.
of the World when Ida lost it and was like, they're children. They don't
Yeah.
need to be
Oh
dealing with
yeah,
this.
that was too hard.
love
That was too hard.
Yeah.
That was supported by Dawn, and she...
I thought you were going to say that was more
I was like, all right, enough, Bo. You're done. You're done. Your screen time.
No, Dawn like has some of the most beautiful drawings I've ever seen, and I think we saw those boards and we were just like, "Don't change a thing."
It was like, let's lock
It
her in.
exactly.
There was
like
that
this.
moment when Ida looked at Lilith and she looked like a child.
Yeah.
She looked so much like a child, and I was like, oh, baby.
And she is the younger sister. Like she is looking to her older sister for some comfort.
Oh, that was one of my favorite things. When she's like, "Oh, Ida's gonna kill me! Like if you die, Ida's gonna kill me!" Because that's a real sibling moment. Like not only is it like bad to worse, like if you come back, it's just gonna get worse. Okay, your moments on the spot.
What's your moment?
Me? Okay. I'm gonna be braggadocious. My favorite moment on this working on this show, like what my favorite spots
Yeah,
I've done.
Dee.
I loved this Labyrinth Runner episode.
Yes, you did.
This is my
job.
this is like my happiest moment of my career, like so far. Of like,
You
I
boarded on
loved
it too.
I boarded on it and I got to write on it. It was really fun.
It was like beautiful, like seeing all the realities. Like it was really cool to like just look at.
Like truly, like bravo you. Like really, it was amazing.
Thank you. I don't usually take
You should.
moment. But this is one of those. I was like, wait, no, I like this. This was fun. I was.
You
happy.
did the heck out of that. You did the heck out of that.
And I love seeing like the softer side of Hunter. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like watching
I
him,
love the soft side of
watching
people.
him learn to trust and like learn to be a friend. That's hard after massive trauma.
And I like seeing them all like outside of Luz's perspective, right? Because like there's that sidekick
Yes.
vibe that you can be like, what are they really all like? And I just feel like we just get such round, like full characters out of all of them, and we just got so much more out of Gus, especially because like he's been old faithful, you know, like he's always been there. And
There
it was
with
nice
a
to see him.
joke and like he's the like the good old
Exactly.
boy and like to have him
Yeah.
like really bare his soul was just gorgeous.
Like, I
So beautiful.
think genuinely Gus is the person who understands each of them the most.
The most.
Yeah.
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 He's emotionally like very present and keeping up with everyone and noticing
aware,
and
exactly.
aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why he did so well with Hunter.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I also wanted to see people talk about their feelings. I make my friends talk about their feelings all the time.
Listen, like I'm sure a lot of you, like me, although I'm probably the oldest person here, I don't want to talk about it. You know, I was raised in a place where like no, feelings, shut it down, don't. La, 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 la. And so to be able to show my kids, like this is what it means when you have real friends. Like this is how you talk about feelings with each other. It doesn't always mean you fight, but sometimes the fights are great.
Yeah, I
but
think
it's
that's.
important.
I think that's the. I always say like that's my mark of a true friend. If we can fight about it.
Yeah.
Because if we can't fight, we don't care enough. Like if we can really fight, and not in like a nasty way, right?
No,
like,
no. But
I mean, sometimes fights get ugly, but like, yeah, if you can at least say like, hey, what was that? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it
Like, you
doesn't.
care enough to communicate.
Exactly.
Like, if you didn't
Yes.
care, then you would just, like, leave
Let it
be.
go.
Exactly, and you
Walk
have to be
away.
able to fight and be like, oh, you know what? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, when you said that, I was horrible and I shouldn't have done that. Like, it was
We're
really
learning
beautiful.
Healthy communication.
And also, like, God bless Hunter for finding the wherewithal to be a good friend because he's had no modeling for that and no good relationships. So.
And without Luz's help as well, because it seems
Yes.
like Luz is such a catalyst for everyone to change, where these people all existed before she got there, you know, and they got around, they made friends. So this is nice that he's able to find a community to kind of feel safe in, right? And it's a school.
And that
Fine.
he saw that in Willow. He's
that
like,
he
that's
didn't get
not
to go
Willow.
to.
Like, he
And so you get
was.
to go
He's,
to, yeah.
he has his. I think I think that was nice to see him like get his strength back in a way. You know, like not totally.
I just like Zeno's performance is
Zeno this
great.
episode really had me by the
episode.
heartstrings.
Yeah. He's
No,
so
but when he
good.
was just sitting there with Gus, like when they were just sitting side by side like
Just
that, I was
talking.
like,
I got to board that part. That
Did
was,
you?
Yeah, I got to board the intro, and I got to board the my head, and then
Yeah, you did the counting.
the
right?
counting
Yeah.
and the.
oh, that was
That part.
cute. I was like, this is a really good tool for people who don't realize. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I have to do it.
no, me too. All the time. I literally, I'm just like, like stop, breathe, and think before you like fall down the well. Like, breathe.
It's a hard thing to remember, and it's so important.
It is.
Because I'll sometimes just be like. forget to breathe.
Oh my god.
Or what was it? Talking to students when I was working as an RA, or like community things, and just breathe. And to get people to open up and be comfortable is, I think, a skill that a lot of us need to learn, because
Absolutely.
some of us are very afraid to open up.
Yeah.
Not everyone can have a Gus looking out in their corner to be like, hey.
Well, I think like
Yeah,
not
a lot of
everyone
us
knows.
are like Amity.
Yeah.
have repressed feelings.
Well, and I think a lot of people don't know that they're repressed, and they don't know that
Exactly.
they're not opening up. I think like people are like onions. Like there's a lot of layers sometimes you gotta get through to like even realize. There is. I'm so sorry. I got the Shrek green. Shrek green. Thank you, Katie. You know, I do. It's like corny, but I do. Like I think some people don't realize, and that's what it means. Like making space for them, you can help people realize or.
What was it when you make your first real friend and you realize, oh, so this is what a friendship is like. This is what love feels like. This is what it's supposed to be, and that can kind of be an introduction or a catalyst, or seeing other people communicate that way and being like, I want people to talk to me that way, or I want to talk to other people that way, and I don't know, that stuff interests me.
No, it's
it shows.
good.
And
It's like you don't always find the person that wants that too,
No,
right? And so
or is ready for it.
right? And so being able to find that in another kindred soul,
It's hard.
and really make that connection is so important. And honestly, like,
take your time finding this. This is
It
not.
takes
This
work,
is. This takes a whole lifetime. It wasn't
Yeah.
until like 30s or 20s that you start really
Yeah,
falling into your tribes or finding
Yeah.
people and stuff. So
Or even if you find them, they can get better.
they can get better
Yeah.
and things ebb and flow.
and if you don't grow, what's the point? Now we really are doing.
Put the
therapy.
camera on you. You look extra pretty today. The people need to see it.
Really do.
Anyway, what else did we want to?
We're at
cover?
our
We're at our
hour.
hour. My God, this went by so fast.
So,
Thank you.
any last pressing thoughts, things you want to share with the people? Do you want to plug anything that you're working on next? All of those things
Yes.
are welcome here.
Are you allowed to say what you're working on now?
No.
Class.
Another board that's going to make us cry. Cool, got it.
We look forward to it. That's clear.
My specialty.
Are you allowed to say what you're working on?
I mean, I think it was announced that it was I've just been boarding. I'm wrapping up right now. I was boarding on X-Men 97 over at Marvel.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
That's your comic book dream too, then, right? That's 2 in 1.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. It's like a combo. Yeah. That's
Oh, very cool.
I might have some
Congratulations.
questions.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you some questions
Off cam.
off the camera.
All right, you're not allowed to say.
I'm not allowed to say.
Rebecca, you're still wrapping up
Any secret things?
Owl House.
I'm still on Owl House.
I know you can have like other magic
Like,
going.
we're still working on this show.
Nikki, do you have any fun stuff coming out that you can talk about?
Nope. They're coming. I can't talk about it.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the thing about VO is we have to sign NDAs that basically
And again,
like
yeah. And when we work on it, we work on it 2 years before it comes out. So
that. Yeah.
maybe I have something coming out that I don't know about, but not that I know about.
I know. I literally got a notification today that a game that I'm in dropped today.
It's usually the opposite. No one tells me, and then my friend's like, "I saw you on that commercial," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know it was out."
Great. Thanks for telling me.
Was it good?
What about you, babe? What are you working on?
I'm on Moon Girl. I love it. It's such a cool show. You guys, I can't wait for everyone
Only
to
great
watch
things
it.
about Moon Girl.
It's like
Only
2
great
fun
things.
shows in a row.
That's so
That's a
lucky.
blessing. That's
I
a
have
blessing.
no idea.
That's
how
not
that
luck. You
happens.
deserve
This
it.
is
Right? That's what happens. Luck is when, what is
Lucky
it?
me, dog.
Opportunity meets preparation, so.
Oh, also, socials. Where can people find you on the socials?
Oh, yeah, if you're comfortable sharing your socials.
Bo, you're not on the socials.
I do have an art Instagram, but I don't enjoy Twitter, so I don't have a
You know
Twitter.
what? More power to you.
King, where are you at?
I am King_Pecora. So it's just my name. So Pecora. Yeah. You can follow me on there.
Mine is Bobo_Doodles.
Where you can see sad storyboards.
Really good, sad
really
stories.
good sad storyboards. You can find me at Hey Rebecca Rose on Twitter, and then it's Rebecca Rose on Instagram, but I don't really use
Always
Instagram.
messes me up. I'm always on. I'm
I
like,
know,
where is it?
someone
I
else
keep
had
and I
it.
type in Rebecca, and it shows me every other Rebecca in the world
Sorry,
before
someone
you.
else had it.
No, I am Snarkler on Instagram and Snarklater on Twitter. I don't know who took my Snarkler on Twitter.
Oh.
But yeah, mine was taken too.
I'm Johnny Octopus.
Which also, I always have to pause. I'm like, who the? Oh, yeah.
That's me. I'm sorry.
It's my favorite.
I've had
It's my
this
favorite name.
screen name since I was 15.
I wanted to say at the beginning of this. That's your brand. And probably going forward, Nerds Vote has offered to kind of sponsor this a little bit. So if you are 18 years or older living in the States, please go to nerdsvote.com to register to vote. I'm not going to tell you how to
great.
vote.
Yeah,
I'm just
please
going to tell you to vote, to
And
register
vote on
and
all
vote.
your things, your locals, everything matters.
Yes,
Yeah.
if you are under 18, you can go to the site and take the pledge that you will vote when you turn 18. Don't be like me, because I didn't figure out how important voting was until I was much older.
Or just learn about the process. Oh, I agree, Sissy. You are so pretty.
You are
Like,
really
everyone's just
beautiful.
saying
I'm
how
like,
pretty you
yeah,
are.
no, this is very
We are
true.
watching it like, wow, what a
Beautiful.
camera-friendly face.
Stop. But they're working on figuring out a way to like give away shirts and stickers and stuff like that. So we'll figure out how to do that here. Please vote. It's so important. Also, if you're a gamer, the Evil Dead game came out today, which is a dream come true. Congratulations! Army of Darkness has been one of my favorite games, favorite movies for as long as I can remember, and so to be a part of that universe is like heaven. That's it. I'm Cissy Speaks on Twitter and Instagram, but you're here and you know that. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
We
Susie.
love you all so much.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
This is not
And I
easy,
know
so
some of
bless
you are
you.
staying up till like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Guys,
tonight.
thank you wherever in the world you are. We appreciate you.
Long.
We will post it on the gram.
All right, be kind to one another.
Bye.